All right, let's go ahead and get started. Thanks everyone for being here. Happy Saturday. In my house, I will be using 2 blocks and a strap today. We're going to kind of do this yin, so nothing super crazy, but we're going to take a nice big surrender at the end. And if I'm a new face for you, my name's Jenny, and I'm really excited to really have these classes on Saturdays at my home. I didn't realize how much I enjoy them until I stopped doing them for about 4 months, 5 months, and then we're back. So thanks for being here. Let's go ahead and get started in Shavasana. So come on down to your back. Make sure that you have your strap or a scarf or whatever it is that you're using at home. Make sure that it's along the side body so that you can grab it without too much effort. And then come on down. So maybe you are like me and you had a busy Saturday morning already. Let's take a moment to close our eyes and feel the connection of the earth. Allow ourselves to be grounded and centered here and create this transition from everything that we were doing prior into this moment here. So notice all the spaces of the body where they are rooted into the mat, from your heels to your hips, the back of your head, your shoulder blades, back of the hands. Notice your connection. And then slowly, with your breath and your awareness, you're going to move the prana up through the body. So beginning with the soles of the feet, inhale all the way up through the legs, the entire body, the torso to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, slowly wash it back down the body, exiting out through the soles of the feet. I want you to do this several times here with your eyes closed to allow yourself to get even more grounded. I invite you to think about Dharma today. If Dharma is a new concept, I'll break it down as much as I can in this short period. It's a pretty in-depth subject, but the point really is it's your purpose. When a soul descends into a body, it has reason for doing so. It is this purpose, this mission of the spirit, that is our own individual and unique Dharma. Be it grandiose or be it humble, it doesn't matter. You can uncover your own Dharma by asking and answering the questions. Why am I here? What is my life's purpose? Who am I? Discovering our own Dharma is the single most important step in our lives. The stages of our lives can have different Dharmas. Say a child, his Dharma or her Dharma is simply to eat and to sleep. You can be an adult, right, with several Dharmas. You can be a mother, you can be a professional, you can be a writer or a singer or an artist. It doesn't have to just be one thing. So I'll ask you again, maybe you don't answer today during class, but this might be something you take with you off your mat and continue to discover. Why am I here? What is my life's purpose? Who am I? If we do not take the step towards finding out our own Dharma, then our efforts are not directed towards our soul's end. And we feel unfulfilled. We feel undirected. We feel lost. Let's breathe together. So let all of your air go. And from the tailbone, from the root of the spine, inhale, fill up belly, lungs, upper chest, all the way to the top. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Twice more will do that. So take a full big breath in from the tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Pause for a moment. And then open, audible exhale, release. One more like this, your biggest breath you've taken all day. Fill up belly, lungs, upper chest. To the crown of the head, I want you to hold it in and then take one more sip of air. And a slow, intentional, mindful breath out. Let it go. This time we'll hold it out. So feel the core engage as you push the prana from the body for 3, 2, and 1. Seal the lips and slow inhale through the nose, the Ujjayi pranayama. As you coat the back of the throat and hear the gentle oceanic sound as you release the air from the body. Allow this breath to pull you deeper within, to create this deeper connection. Everything we do, every lesson that yoga teaches us takes us to a moment of stillness and silence. And this is really where we start to discover our own true purpose. As we begin to listen to our heart and the deeper desires when everything around us is quiet. Please know, friends, that Shavasana or any comfortable posture is always available to you. This is your practice. You're in the luxury of your own home. I invite you to really listen to what you need today. Reach down and grab your strap. It doesn't have to have any fancy loops or anything. Just take your strap over the sole of your right foot and then lift your right leg nice and high. So for a moment here, take some breaths and pull your right leg deep into your hip socket. Maybe you even flex your toes towards your face. Stay connected through the whole back body, from your shoulders to the back of your hips. We're working a lot with the hips today, a lot with the hamstrings. So we want to open nice and big. And then start to wrap your strap or your sash, whatever you're using, around your right wrist and forearm. Tee out your left arm nice and long to the side, and then send your right leg over to the right. So you're opening up the inner thighs. Stay pressing down to the left hip. This is going to be your anchor here. And it's okay if your knee is bent. It's okay if your elbow, your right elbow, rests on the mat, or even a block to support you. And then breathe in for the belly rise and fall. And then engage the core a little bit as you inhale, lift the right leg back up, and then switch the arms out. So the strap or whatever you're using is going to wrap around the left arm. And then tee out your right arm, send your right leg over to the left. So opening up the IT band, the outer hip. Again, stay connected through the shoulder blades. Keep the gaze lifted and breathe. Maybe you feel okay enough to press through the right heel. And feel that same toning of the belly as you lift your legs back up. Remove the strap and find yourself back in Shavasana for just a moment. And feel here, with your eyes closed, the difference already in the size of the body as you've opened and breathed deeper through one side. Just notice. And then lift the left leg and we'll take the other side. Strap around the sole of the left foot. Moment here to pull the leg down deep into the hip sockets. Flexing the toes, press through the heel. Make sure the right leg is nice and straight and your back body is connected. And then wrap the strap around the left forearm and wrist. Tee out your right arm and send your left leg over to the left to feel the opening through the inner thighs. Press your right back hip down into the mat. Belly strong, inhale, lift up, and then switch the arms out. Tee out the left leg over to the right, IT band stretch. Press the left shoulder blade down. Amazing. Belly strong with the leg. Remove the strap. I'm not going to need it again, so you can just send it off to the side. And then take the soles of the feet nice and wide to the edges of the mat as the knees are bent, and then knock your knees together and goal post your arms. So give yourself a moment here to spread the low back and feel the belly lift and fall. And then leaving your feet where they are, you can start to rock your knees from left to right. And stay as long as you want on either side, maybe a full breath, and really massage these piriformis muscles along the glutes. These are really big muscles that allow us to release any tension that we hold on to the hamstrings, which is what we're looking for today. So take your time here, massage the big muscles along the glutes as you rock gently from side to side. Perfect. Once you feel even on the sides of your body, you can grab your thighs and pull them closer to your belly, grip your knees, and then rock gently from side to side here. So you massage the large muscles along the spine and the upper parts of the hips. And then you can take this movement and then start to rock forward and back. And we'll meet in a tabletop. If you have sensitive knees, go ahead and put a blanket beneath your knees, taking whatever it is that you need. And then once you make your way to tabletop, spread your fingertips really wide. Our focus today is not only on the hips, but on lengthening our spine. So I want you to feel this here. Send your tailbone toward the wall behind you and then reach the crown of your head forward. When you do this, pull your low belly in so you get strong through your core. Beautiful. Take a full breath. As you exhale, I want you to gaze towards your left hip and then bend your left elbow and send your left hip towards your left shoulder. So you get an opening through the right side body and a compression through the left side body. Inhale, neutralize, and then exhale to the right. So bending your right elbow, gaze towards your right hip, and pull your hip towards your shoulder. Now we're going to move like this on our own. So close your eyes, and as you inhale, you come back into center, and as you exhale, you take it to the left or right, either way. And do this a few times. So ride the wave of the breath. Let the breath guide the movements. And notice here this opening through the intercostal muscles, the spaces between the ribs. The core plays an active role here in shifting the movements of the body, guided by the breath. Just a couple more times on each side. And then take yourself back to center. Walk your hands forward, curl your toes under, exhale, downward facing dog, hips rise. And then feel free to pedal it out, rocking one heel, bending one knee, and then the other. And believe it or not, downward facing dog is a resting posture. So once you've found your movement, I want you to settle in and let it feel like a resting posture. So you're gripping through all 10 finger pads, you're pressing through the palm of the hand, and then straighten the legs and send your heels toward the earth. They probably won't touch, but I want you to feel the stretch of the back of the legs. And then bend your knees and slightly lift your heels, press through your palms and send your tailbone back. So you lift the tailbone a little higher. Now you lengthen through the side bodies. Yeah, just like that. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Feel the shoulders soften and the heart melt. One more time, breathe in deep. And out, let it go. Beautiful, everyone. Gaze forward and slowly travel to the top of your mat. We'll take ragdoll with chest expansion. So feet should be hip width distance apart. Take a bend in your knees and let your torso fall over your thighs. And then interlace your palms together at your low back. They can remain there. If you feel like you want a deep shoulder stretch opening already, you can lift your fists away from the mat, from the low back rather. Just keep the palms connected and keep a soft bend through the elbows. And then drop your chin towards your chest and shift your weight more towards your toe mounds, almost like the crown of your head could touch the mat below you. Breathing deeply and letting go. And then release the hands. If you need to walk your feet a little closer together, feel free to do so. I like my feet beneath my hips. Personal choice. Tone your belly. Inhale slowly, very slowly. You're going to rise all the way up to standing. Tadasana, so reach the arms toward the sky. Great. Take a moment here to really root through the soles of your feet. This is your connection to the earth, and let that energy travel all the way up through the body so the legs get strong, the core draws in, your hips shift slightly forward, and then take the shoulders away from the ears. Just place your palms together to touch. No gripping, no interlacing fingers, just palms come together to touch. And then keep your biceps by your ears, but make sure the shoulders move away from the ears. Take a full breath in. Core strong, exhale, side bend to the right. So you're gonna look like a half moon here. Here, I'll mirror you guys. Yeah. And then as you breathe, notice the movement through the rib cage, but the firm rooting through your foundation. Inhale, lift yourself back up, and exhale up and over to the left. Again, pull your heart higher, maybe lift your gaze. You don't want to round, you want to lift and lengthen as much as you can. Inhale, back up, keeping the biceps by the ears. Exhale, back bend. So shift your weight towards your heels, push your pubic bone forward, and it's like you could touch the wall behind you with your fingertips. Now focus on the core. So pull in the low ribs together and the hip tips draw toward midline. So the core stays strong. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, forward fold, let it all go. Inhale to a halfway lift, hands move to your thighs. And then that same length here, send the tailbone back, reach the crown of your head forward and micro bend your elbows. So the core is doing the work to keep the torso nice and long. Breathe in. Exhale, high plank, plant your palms and step back. Now all your muscles should be working here. Make sure your palms are beneath your shoulders and then fire up the legs, fire up the core, even the glutes, and then take your sternum bone forward so that your gaze is now above your mat. Soft bend to the elbows and breathe. You've got 10 seconds here, and then we're going to lower all the way down to the mat. Steady. You can always drop to your knees if you need to. Last 6. Going all the way down in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Feel free to drop to your knees or simply lower all the way down to the mat. We'll set up for Bhujangasana Cobra Pose. So tops of your feet press to the edges of the mat behind you. Palms stay beneath your shoulders. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the head. Make sure the shoulders are away from the ears and the elbows pull down. Breathe in. Exhale, let go. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, slow rise up. Exhale, release. Again, breath in. And out. So good, everybody. Curl your toes under. Inhale, high plank or tabletop, either one. And exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward. And travel to the top of your mat. Flowing a little bit, but we'll change it up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, Tadasana, reach, reach, reach. Take your palms together to touch. Exhale, side bend to the right, up and over that half moon. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, over to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, back bend, heart lifts, gaze is high. Inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to a halfway. Listen for the change here. Exhale, low lunge, left foot back. This is where you're going to need your blocks. So take your blocks and frame your right foot. Blocks at the highest setting. So the blocks have 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the highest. So inhale, I want you to deepen your lunge and take your heart through your arms and gazes forward. And then as you exhale, you're going to straighten your right leg, lift your right toes off of the mat and flex them towards your shin. So we're in a modified pyramid pose. Your back heel kind of pushes down, but it's not touching the mat. And now focus on the hips here for a second. So right hip draws back, left hip is slightly forward. And then toning in your belly, now soften the elbows, let the head fall. We'll flow through that. So inhale, deepen your lunge, heart forward. Exhale, press back, modified pyramid. So gazing to the navel, last one, breath in all the way forward. And breath out, let it go. Low lunge. Keep your left hand on your block. Tone the inner thighs, activate your left thigh, and then inhale, twist, right arm lifts up. So you get that same hip shift here. So pulling your right hip back, lifting your left hip slightly up. And now notice how strong you can get in the rest of your body so that you could actually lighten the load on your left hand. And as long as the spine gets, now you can take the twist towards the heart space. Take a full breath in. Exhale, Prasarita over your left shoulder, wide-legged forward fold. Take your blocks with you. We're going to need them because we're going to go to the back of the mat. So in Prasarita, your toes are slightly in, your heels are slightly out, and then just drop the head. We'll come into this posture a few times today, so feel free to mix up any hand variations, maybe interlacing fingers behind the low back, maybe grabbing your ankles, placing your palms forward. Just play with it. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, low lunge to the back, taking your blocks. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. So framing your left foot with your blocks. As you inhale, deepen your lunge, take your heart forward, gaze this high. And then exhale, straighten your left leg, modified pyramid pose. So lifting your feet off the mat, your toes off the mat rather, pressing through your heel. Bend the elbows slightly and take the gaze to the navel. So play with your hips, so pulling the left hip back, right hip crease slightly forward. And then we'll flow that out. Inhale, deep lunge. Exhale, press back. Once more, breath in. And breath out. Low lunge. Strengthen your legs, your foundation. Keep your hands on your right block. Inhale, low lunge, twist, left arm reaches up. Left hip back, right hip forward. Lengthen your spine and then open up even bigger through the heart space. Take a full breath in. Exhale, Prasarita over your right shoulder, wide-legged forward fold. Drop the head. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, or rather exhale, low lunge to the front of your mats. Step forward, forward fold, one thing at a time, right? Inhale, Tadasana, rise and reach the arms, lengthen the torso, palms come together. Exhale, side bend to the right, up and over. Inhale, reach. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, back bend, biggest one yet. Let the heart lead the way. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. We're going to take that again. We're just flowing it, starting with the opposite leg. Exhale, low lunge, right foot back this time. Just one time, deepen into your lunge. Exhale, press back, modified pyramid pose. Low lunge, right hand stays down. Inhale, twist, left arm rises. Exhale, Prasarita over the right shoulder and drop the head. Inhale halfway. Exhale, low lunge to the back. Deepen in, heart forward. Then exhale, press back, modified pyramid. Low lunge, left hand stays planted. Inhale, twist, right arm rises. Exhale, Prasarita over the right shoulder. Or left shoulder, my bad. Sorry, friends. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Forward fold, feet meet. Inhale, halfway lift. Take time to lengthen the torso forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. So drop your tailbone down. Yeah, I can see all of you. Look great. Yep. Press your heels into the earth and feel free to lift your toes if that feels good. And then take the shoulders down away from the ears. Hi, Janet. Yay. So good. And then actively pull your inner thighs toward midline. Take a big breath in. Exhale, vertical twist to the right. So opening up the arms, I want you to keep your hips squared forward. So you're going to send your left hip crease slightly back. Let the arms be an extension of the heart space. Big movement here. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, left leg high. And then pause. Flex your left toes towards your face and power down through your right standing leg. Notice if your left hip is lifted, I want you to soften it back down. Belly strong, take a full breath in. Exhale, crescent lunge with airplane arms. So very slowly, you're gonna transition back, pressing your toe mound into the earth. Keep the left leg straight so that you can telescope the torso forward. So your left heel is lifted up and you are powered back through your arms, taking your gaze above your mat. Breathe. Really trust the strength of the body and adjust whatever you need here. Inhale, warrior two, up and around. And then start to shift and move. Make sure your stance is nice and long. You want your feet to be beneath your wrist creases to support your foundation. Settling in, stacking your front knee over your ankle. Make sure that the arch of the front, or the arch of the back foot rather, matches the heel of the front foot. This is gonna keep you a little more aligned. Extending through the arms. Breathe in. Exhale, extended side angle, forearm moves to your inner thigh. Take your left arm all the way overhead. So notice the shift in the hips here as well. The right hip crease pulls under, the left hip crease draws slightly forward and down. And you are stable through your feet, equally planted the weight in both feet. Don't forget about your core. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Foundation remains. You just lift the torso and reach yourself back, taking the gaze to follow the right fingertips. Take a full breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. If you want, you can always simply take high plank. You can always move to cobra. You can hold high plank and then send yourself back to downward facing dog. A lot of options there, your own connecting vinyasa. Nothing is required but breath. That's the only thing I require is your breath. Inhale your right leg high. Just a little bit of core work. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, right leg high. Yes, you can. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. Tap the elbow. Inhale, right leg high. And exhale, low lunge. Great work. Forward fold, feet meet. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Second time here, so feel the movement in the legs so you can settle right in. Maybe lifting your toes. Take a big breath. Exhale, vertical twist to the left to open up through the arms. Pull your right hip crease slightly back to keep your hips squared forward, and then drop your tailbone a little further. Big movement, pressing through the left foot. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana, right leg rises. Flexing through your right toes, activate your left standing leg. Breathe. Full inhale. Exhale, crescent lunge, airplane arms, easy transition. Go as slowly as you can. Placing your right toe mound down, take the length of your spine from your heel to the crown of your head. Fingertips reach back. Feel your breath. Inhale, warrior two, all the way up and around. Giving the side just as much attention to set your stance up. And then when you settle in, expand through the arms, take your gaze over your left middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, extended side angle. Right arm reaches all the way forward. Feel the tailbone move towards your back heel. So that hip shift is really important to create the length in the spine that we're looking for. Firmly rooting through the feet. Inhale, reverse your warrior, up and back. Gaze follows the fingertips. Stay with the depth of your lunge though. That's the really important part here, because it's from that hip crease all the way up to the length of the left side body that we're opening. Take a full breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or your connecting vinyasa. And meet me in downward facing. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, left tricep. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, right tricep. Inhale, left leg reaches. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then come on into child's pose. Take your big toes to touch. Your knees will move wide. Rest your third eye down, keeping the arms extended forward. Give yourself a moment here to calm the breath, calm the body, calm the mind. So with our Dharma, even if we work tremendously hard in life and we end up unfulfilled, we're climbing the ladder of success only to find that it was leaning against the wrong wall. And we probably all have opportunities or examples in our life where we felt this way at certain times. And we're like, gosh, I put so much effort into this. Then to find out that it really wasn't what I should be doing. We curtail our freedom if we do not have a clear purpose. And how do we find that true purpose? We listen to our heart space. We find those moments of meditation every day that we quiet the mind. We quiet the chitta vritti, the never-ending chatter in the mind, and we create those larger spaces between our thoughts and our breath. And that's where we find the clarity. That's where we start to understand. That's where we begin to feel our Dharma, our true purpose. I had a teacher one time tell me that you can often know it's your true purpose if it serves others. If it's for you, but it's also serving the greater good. You love what you do so much that you're wanting to give back. Breathe in. Let it go. We're gonna build off of our flow there. So inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Forward fold, feet meet. Inhale, halfway lift, so just neutralizing the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Been here already. I know it's your favorite posture, I can tell. Moving really slowly here, we're gonna do prayer twist to the right. So take your hands together at your heart space. Drop your booty, shift your torso forward. From here, start to twist through the thoracic spine, sending your left elbow either between your thighs or to the outside edge of your right thigh. And then again, the tailbone needs to be lower than the heart space. Now tone your belly and start to shift your heart closer to your thumbs. Breathe. Lengthening through the sides of the neck. Shift your weight towards your right foot. It's going to be a really big movement here. When I say inhale, you're going to reach to warrior three. You're going to lift your left leg up and back. So weight to the right foot. Inhale, warrior three. Arms reach forward, left leg extends back. Now, flex your left toes and send your pinky toe toward the earth. This is going to level off your hips. Strengthening your whole back body. Reach, reach, reach from your feet and your fingertips. Take a big breath in. And exhale, pyramid pose. So grabbing onto your blocks, send your left foot back. Now this time we're in full pyramid, so I want your left foot to completely root to the mat. If it's not connected to the mat, shorten your stance so that it can be connected to the mat. And then take your blocks at the highest setting and frame your right foot. Before you drop your torso, I want you to send the right hip crease back, left hip crease slightly forward. Reach the crown of your head so your belly is strong, and then soften the elbows, let the torso fall. So we are surrendering to all that we are. This is our beauty, our flaws, our strength, our weaknesses. When we start to honor every single part of ourselves, our purpose gets clear. This acceptance is really our passage forward. Start to bend into your right knee. Inhale, warrior one. So your feet don't move. You're just going to lift your torso up. Keeping the lunge in your front knee, palms come together to touch. And now shift your lunge a little further so that you can create this deeper back bend here as you gaze toward the sky. Inhale. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, or simply take yourself to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Forward fold, feet meet. Now you know where we're headed, but let's take it nice and slow. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Drop the tailbone, weight to the heels. Exhale, palms come to heart space. We're shifting into a prayer twist. Now, heavy through the seat, length through the spine. Exhale, twisting to the left, and then find the connection outside of your left thigh. Booty is lower than the heart. From there, with the core strong, shift your heart closer towards your thumbs. And then go ahead and smile, because we're not here forever, you know? You guys have got this. Just a short amount of time compared to, you know, a full day even, right? So take all your weight to your left foot. Big movement. Inhale, warrior three. Arms reach forward, right leg sends back. Dial your pinky toe down, press through your heel, reach through your hands. So the stronger your whole lifted back body is, even your glutes, the easier and the lighter the body becomes. Take a full breath. Exhale, pyramid pose. Land softly. Right heel's rooted, that's your foundation. Take your blocks at the highest setting. And before we drop the torso, find the length. Shift the hips. Right hip forward, left hip back. And then let the elbows soften, drop the head. Breathe. This is our home stretch, so just stay with me. You get to have a nice long surrender after this. Find a bend in your left knee. Inhale, warrior one. So you're rooting through your feet to lift yourself up. Palms touch. Deepen your lunge and take it into the back bend as the gaze reaches toward the sky. Notice if your shoulders are up towards your ears, create more space by letting them fall down the back body. Full breath in. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, your way. And downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee moves to the left wrist crease. Make sure your right leg is long behind you. And then lift up through the torso. Feel here again. We've been working on that hip shift. I want you to notice it here too. So right hip crease pulls slightly forward. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, fold forward for sleeping pigeon. I personally like my blocks supporting my sternum and my third eye, but take what you need here. We're going to be resting here for about 2 minutes, so allow yourself to get as comfortable as you can. Releasing any residual tension by gripping the fingertips or the toes, let that go. Inhale. And exhale, just let the body melt. As you close your eyes and breathe. And what starts to show up when the body is still? What is your true purpose? Our journey in life is to find our true purpose. But in order for us to really get deep, we have to ask ourselves those questions. Find 3 full rounds of breath. I'm going to press down through the palms. Inhale, slowly lift the torso up. Shift your weight towards your left hip and then take your right leg forward. We'll move into separate leg stretch, Janu Shirshasana. So the right leg is extended, the left leg is bent, and then remove the extra weight from beneath your hip bones. Now, I like to take my Janushirshasana with blocks because we're going to hold it for a couple minutes. So one block underneath your knees, and then the other, and it's a level 2 underneath my knee. And then level 3 is stacked just in front on the inner right calf. Before you do anything, I want you to focus on taking the right leg deep into the hip socket like we did with the strap earlier on in class. And then inhale, reach the arms high, palms come together to touch. Shift towards your right leg. And then from your hips, you're going to hinge forward. The head releases very last. Rest the hands down. Take another breath to lengthen. And then slowly release the crown of the head. It's going to look really different in everybody's body. If you need your block on top of your knee or thigh to support your third eye, go right ahead. So using your props to support you so that your third eye can then rest somewhere. And you can close your eyes and breathe. Once again, relax the fingertips, relax the toes, and let the jaw be soft. Take a full breath in. And slowly let it go. Pressing through your palms, very gently crawl your torso back up. Take your blocks out, and we'll find the counter posture. So left hand outside of your left hip. Inhale, lift your hips, reach yourself all the way back, and find 3 breaths here. Slowly release the hips. And then switch your legs. So this time the right leg is bent and make your way into half pigeon. So if you want to come into downward facing dog to do that, if it's complicated, go right ahead, take what you need. But the right knee is now forward. Extending your left leg long behind you. Lift up. And then exhale, fold forward using your blocks to support if you did so on the other side. And just feel the difference in the sides of the body. Our hips are the biggest storages of emotions and feelings. So we did a lot of work today. Notice if anything starts to surface. You have the opportunity to shove it back down, right? Keeping it there, or you can allow your body and mind to feel whatever rises. And then slowly start to let it go, creating more space for something new, deeper awareness. Three big breaths. Be intentional about your full body breathing. So taking it to the top and then sending it all the way out. Pressing through the palms. Inhale, slowly lift the torso. Shift your hips to the right and take your left leg forward. Separate leg stretch. Janu Shirshasana. Removing the extra flesh so you have a firm connection through your sit bones. Taking your blocks if you did so on the other side. And setting yourself up. Inhale, arms reach, palms come together to touch. Shifting towards the left leg, exhale, hinging at your hips, releasing the head very last. So planting the palms and then another breath to lengthen through the spine. Sending your left leg deep into the hip socket and then release to the third eye. Resting it on a block or your knee or any prop that serves you here. Feel the weight of the elbows, gently pulling the shoulders toward the earth. And as you feel this connection with your third eye, just notice that that is your internal guide. That, along with your heart space, is what we need to listen to whenever we are in doubt or confused. We have these incredible tools that we've been given if we simply tap into them. It's so easy to get lost in the hustle and the bustle of what we think we should be doing, what we have to do, or we compare ourselves to others. But your true purpose lies within you and only you. But you have to get quiet enough to hear. You have to believe in yourself enough to move forward. Inhale. Exhale slowly. And crawl your torso back up, removing your props. Taking the counter posture, right palm outside of your hip. Inhale, lift your hips and reach your left arm back. 3 breaths here. And soften the hips down. Okay, friends, we've got one more posture. I'd like to end class today with legs up the wall. You're welcome to take it on your mat without a wall at all, or you're welcome to take your mat to a wall in your home and lift your legs up. Option to put a block or any prop, a blanket or a pillow underneath your hips is fine. You don't have to do that. If legs up the wall isn't calling to you today, just find Shavasana on your mat. If you are pregnant or you are on your menses, I invite you just to leave your hips on the floor. So don't elevate them at all, but you can still have your legs up. Just keep the hips down. So taking whatever you need to finish off your class. And then the option with the arms, they can be goal posted. They can go along your side bodies. Palms face up are a symbol of vulnerability or wanting to receive. Palms face down is a need for more grounding. So you decide how that works for you. You can also interlace your fingers and rest your palms gently on your belly as well. So many options. Ask yourself what it is that you need today. And then as you begin to get settled in your legs up the wall or Shavasana, wherever you've landed, feel all the spaces of your physical body as they root into the earth. Allow yourself to be held and connected, supported here. We don't have to hold all the worry, the tension, the stress, the fear. we can give it back to the earth, back to the universe to hold it for us. This is the peace in which we realize that we are completely connected. We give just as much as we receive. Take a big breath. And as you exhale, release and completely surrender. No need to force your breath, just let it be natural. Take your internal gaze to your third eye and allow it to remain there between your eyebrows. Just welcome any colors or any images that begin to manifest from your consciousness. Knowing that I will call you out, be exactly as you are in this moment. I would love to read just a little piece from the Bhagavad Gita regarding Dharma. The word Dharma means many things, but its underlining sense is that which supports. From the root duri, to support, hold up, or bear. Generally, Dharma implies support from within. The essence of a thing, its virtue, and that which makes it what it is. Here's an old story that illuminates this meaning with the highest ideal of Hinduism. A sage seated beside a river notices a scorpion that has fallen into the water. He reaches down and rescues it, only to be stung. Sometime later, he looks down and sees the scorpion thrashing about in the water again. Once more, he reaches down to rescue it, and once more he is stung. A bystander observing all of this exclaims, "Holy One, why do you keep doing that? Don't you see that the wretched creature only will sting you in return?" Of course, the sage replied, "It is the dharma of a scorpion to sting, but it is the dharma of a human being to save." On a larger scale, dharma means the essential order of things, an integrity and harmony in the universe and the affairs of life that cannot be disturbed without courting chaos. Thus, it means rightness, justice, goodness, purpose, rather than chance. Please feel free to remain exactly as you are if that's what you would like to do. If we would like to move on with your day, start to use your breath to awaken your body. And then beginning to find small movements in your fingertips and your toes. Maybe you send your arms overhead. And bending your knees, take your thighs towards your belly. If you are using a prop, you can place your feet back on the wall, lift your hips, remove your top. And then find yourself in fetal position on the right side. Taking a moment to rest and to notice the profound shifts that happen when we intentionally breathe and move. The asana, the postures, aren't really our goal, but they are a vehicle, a gateway for us to realize the silence behind everything that we do. It's a tool to settle the chaos in the mind. Press yourself down, lift yourself up to seated, keeping your eyes closed, placing your palms together to touch the heart space for Anjali Mudra. This is the symbol of gratitude. I'd love to end class today with an Om. Feel free to sing with me or simply listen. Take a full breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, we prepare. Allow the vibrations to stay with you. Pull your thumbs to your third eye. Bowing forward. Namaste. Thank you all so much for being here. It is an absolute honor to guide this practice and to share these teachings that I hold so dear with all of you. Until next time, be well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hang on one second. Let me turn off the recorder and then I can chat.
Thank you.